Just open your mouth, huh? What it says, Papa?
Hey, hi everyone. Hope you are doing great and safe during this pandemic. And thank you so much for staying back with me. I know it's been a long time. I haven't uploaded any video. This is basically maybe just my third or fourth video on YouTube, and it's been almost a year now. This September it's gonna be a year. But yeah, so I'm trying to, I don't say justify, but I will try to fill in the gap, and I'm sure I'm accountable to each one of you. So here it is. I'm really sorry. This is going to be a lengthy video because I don't have a script in my hand. It is just candid. Okay, so I will basically upload two videos on this. One is both a life update. One would be on Bell's palsy, and second, you know about it. Beginning with the first one. This one is gonna be about Bell's palsy and how it all happened. So I started my YouTube channel by September 2020, and almost by end of October I actually stopped posting videos because there was a life-changing disaster or an event, I would say, in my life. It was a huge battle and wasn't easy, definitely wasn't easy. And even today, sitting in front of the camera, trying to talk, it's difficult. I made some 2-3 rehearsals as well, but I'm just trying to push myself and pour my feelings out here. It is not easy to face camera after all that I went through. So beginning with what happened after October is by November 4th. October, I went on a trip to Ooty, and I really did shoot a lot of videos to, come back and post in my YouTube channel. I was pretty excited, and we reached back Bangalore by November 2nd, and by November 4th morning, I just went back to brush my teeth, and then I realized I wasn't able to hold water in my mouth. That's something unusual. I would never think of, forget about me, anyone would never think about something like that. So I couldn't hold water in my mouth, and I just panicked. I don't know what is happening with me. I've never heard of this ever before. And I just rushed into my room. I was just trying to see if I'm fine. The basic things that you know, right? Okay, maybe if something is not working, something's going wrong. I just came in front of the mirror and I could just try to see myself. And I also had this swollen eyes. So I do have migraine. So I thought maybe because of that I have swollen eyes, but it was not. I wasn't able to even open my eyes properly. I was not able to move my eyes. I can wink now. I wasn't able to do that. And there were so many things I observed that I wasn't able to move my lips. I wasn't able to talk at all. That was the disaster. The day was so crazy. I just didn't know what's happening, what happened. And immediately we contacted doctor, and I just googled something, and then I got to know it was Bell's palsy. I knew before I even went to doctor, but you can't trust the sources of internet, right? So I just had an idea, maybe it is something like this. So the moment we reached doctor, he said it is Bell's palsy, and it's very rare that people do get it because of, the main reason is because of stress and cold. I have a cold body, and it's also because of stress. So basically, I don't want to go into the science of Bell's palsy because I'm really not aware of it in that deep sense. But what I understood, I made my research, and what I was trying to understand is Bell's palsy is one of the disorder. It might be because of stress and the weakened nerves. So basically what would have happened in my case is, it might differ from case to case, but in my case what would have happened is I had this habit of keeping the window down while traveling. I love the cool air breeze coming. I'm assuming, because none of us still don't know what is the exact reason, but the science behind it is basically it might be some bacteria that got into my ears, or some cold breeze that got into my ears, and they usually have a nerve here, the facial nerve. So like basically we have the right side and the left side nerve system. So even on your face we'll have something called as facial nerves, which is connected here. So they say it was weakened, which is connected here, and because it was weakened, my nerves on my face wasn't working. So basically facial paralysis is the huge step wherein the connection gets disconnected, and in Bell's palsy, I mean both the same, but in Bell's palsy the effects are a little less. So I wasn't able to move one part of my face, it is this part of my face. So my lips weren't moving, it was just nerve. See what happens idly. So we have, I mean, left or right nerve system. So it will pull, the nerves are pulling each other in different directions. So that's why I'm able to talk and things like this. So when one side of the nerve system drops back or it can't hold, it will give away. So I'll not be able to pull my muscles. My muscles weren't working. I mean, it was a very unfair movement. I mean, why would something like this happen to me? And it took a lot of time for me to recover. I went through physiotherapy almost 45 days, almost nearing 2 months, and the process was very, very, very painful. And more than the painful procedure, it's about the mental pressure you get on, because I'm not able to talk. I don't remember, almost the first 15 days I wasn't even able to talk. So I hardly clicked photos because that was not one of the state in my life that I wanted to face in. And even today, if I'm making this video, I had this in back of my mind, because the moment I realized I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy, when I came back home, I googled, I searched a lot. So see, people from our generation, we want to have research. I mean, we want to research, we want to know what exactly is happening, what is it. We would make our own R&D on it. So I did do that, but I could hardly find a few videos on Bell's palsy. I don't know what exactly people went through. I surfed a lot on internet, majorly on Instagram. I do follow a couple of people till today, and God's grace, I recovered in 2-3 months max. But there are people who haven't recovered yet. There are people who will never recover, and there are people who recover in 6 months, a year, 2 years, and for them, for a few of them, the mark will step back. If you see me today, you will not know that I ever got Bell's palsy, because my lips are all fine. I can do anything, like I can do pout. I can basically do anything. I mean, God's grace. But there are people who haven't recovered from it, and there are people who have little signs of it. It's very difficult. Something like that is so unfair, and I mean, it's not something that you would imagine with yourself. And I went through that, so I had to take a lot of treatments, and I had to take a lot of physiotherapy treatments. It was very completely downfall of my life, where I mean, I can say it's the hardest moment I had to ever face. There was nothing like that in from past 25 years of my life. I never faced a situation like that, where I just felt I just wanted to live normal life, because my life wasn't normal anymore. Because I would get up, I would still not be able to talk. Almost first 5-6 days I wasn't able to talk, and I wasn't able to drink water. That was crazy, because muscle, every part of our body is very, very important. I wasn't able to drink, eat anything because for the first few days, because my muscles weren't supporting, and the treatment was really, very painful. Initially, I didn't know if it is painful or not, but when I started to feel the pain, that is when it is actually working. Things were working, and the pain was very, very epic. I will have some of the videos, photos here and there, but my family was very supportive, and my dad stood by everything. And even today, if I'm making this video, I remember when all it happened. See, I just can't say, it just breaks me emotionally. So there was a moment where I was trying to talk to my dad about it. I told him that I'm not able to find videos, and he used to search videos and tell me that it's okay. I mean, har bimari aata hai. It doesn't have a reason why it came to you. It just came to you to make you strong. So my dad believes this, okay. I mean, he does communicate it to me, and I do believe that. everything that happens in your life, maybe a good thing or bad thing. I mean, more than good, it is the bad thing that will push you towards the corner, and I mean that will push you out of the corner, and it will make you stronger. So every bad moment happens in our life, it will teach you how important life is. And with Bell's palsy, I really realized how important, or how you know, how precious it is to have a normal life. Imagine, just with Bell's palsy I was facing so much, but there's so many other bimari in this world, so many. Some people can't see, some people can't hear. There are so many special people. But when you think about normal, we don't accept, or we don't acknowledge, or we don't even recognize that all we have is fine. We're all fine. We have basic food, we have shelter, we have this world, and we can move our fingers. We can do everything that we want to do. Usual thing is a precious thing. It is not affordable to everyone. So that the things that my dad used to do, he stayed so strong with me throughout, but it is more painful for a parent to see those situations. My parents were really they were really disappointed. They didn't know how to cope up. I was trying to be strong, my dad was trying to be strong, he was trying to make me strong. I knew he would feel very bad, but he was just trying to cope up with me. He would say, no, theek ho jayega, it will become fine, you should just be strong enough to get this. These are hurdles in life that you find. These are the hurdles you find in life, and you should get out of that. So my friend was very cooperative, my best friend. I mean, these are the times you actually realize the true people around you. See, I don't mean to say the fake people, definitely no, but you will realize whom you matter. You will realize who matters a lot in your life, who would be there with you even in the worst situation. Trust me, I didn't look good when I had Bell's palsy. Okay, I wasn't able to smile. I mean, I still can't stand to go and see any of my photos of Bell's palsy, and basically I didn't click any photo. I didn't even go in front of the mirror for first 2 months until I recovered properly. I wasn't able to acknowledge it. Almost for the first 3 days, I was just crying all day. I was just disappointed. I'm just sitting crying. I'm not even able to close my eyes. I had to literally push my eyes to get closed. So once the treatment started, once I realized these things, and then as I made my R&D, things were a little better. So I was trying to understand this is what it is, trying to acknowledge it, and that is when I realized, or maybe that is when I felt I should make a YouTube video on this, because people aren't aware. See, I thought it like that, but it isn't going to be an informative video, because I don't think I'm strong enough to just go through and do that. But I just wanted to let you know, like a basic video. So I remember my dad was very supportive. I remember my dad was teaching me exercises. He would say, there's so many exercises he made me do on this own term. And there's one of my friend, doctor friend, who was online, and the moment she knew that I got Bell's palsy, she told me, you can reach out to me. And she also taught me some exercises online. See, there's so many things, caring people are around you. So, and my best friend came to home to meet me, and she was completely in tears seeing me. It was mostly like I'm trying to convince them, I'm fine, main theek hu, tum mat ro. So she was the one really, she was so down, she was crying, and for me it was my parents and my friend and my brother who really took a lot of care during those times. And I could hardly even see phone. I mean, I couldn't open my eyes, the light reaction would go on it. Almost for a month, and so almost for 2 months, there was nothing I could really do. So it was a very hard phase of my life. And I'm glad I recovered today. I stayed strong, and my dad stood strong with me. My friend came with me for all the treatments. We went for the treatments together. That is for all the treatments. Okay, stop barking, guys. The dogs. Like, and every time I'm going to treatment, stop barking, guys. There's two dogs barking. Did you want me to shoot this? I remember I had this conversation with my dad. I was asking him if it was okay. society thinks in a very different way, right? These things people would not be okay to come out and say. And even today, see, I am saying all this disclaimer. It doesn't matter to me how you judge me on this. Maybe okay for attention seeking and all that. I mean, that's a very lame thing to say, because it's about staying strong. Okay, the word staying strong means a lot. Even if one person out there who might have got Bell's palsy or any other thing in your life, you're trying to see my video, you relate to it, trust me, my purpose is done. It is not what society speaks about you. It's not how people will think. People will think anyways. You do good, you do bad, they are behind you. So just need to make sure what is your purpose in this earth, what is your purpose in this planet, what do you want to do. It should be your purpose. So I remember having this conversation with my dad, and I was asking him if he was okay if I put across a video, Bell's palsy video. If you see, I would have had a lot of photos and videos here and there, because I was actually shooting at that point of time. I thought I would post it someday from my Bell's palsy videos. I was clicking a couple of my treatment videos. So I remember having this conversation with my dad, and he was very supportive. He really loved that idea. My dad was someone who will open, who has this open mindset to understand and to try to, maybe if it's a new thing, he will ask me questions, but he would still think, yeah, there might be a way, there might be a potential in doing that. And I remember he said me I should do this video, and if today I'm sticking back, I'm restarting everything, I'm restarting YouTube for that matter, and I'm starting with this because I wanted to bridge the gap of what happened 8 months. It's not like I'm justifying you, I'm trying to answer you, but I think you should know this, right? So I believe it should be communicated out there, the strength. Everyone are going through something other than during this pandemic. I know this 2020, for that matter 2021, has also not been easy for any of us. We all are facing it. Bell's palsy might just be one of the different scenario, but there's so many others which you have dealt. You would have dealt more than me, but I would just say, just stay strong. I mean, in the entire process of Bell's palsy, I know there was so many appointments, back-to-back treatments with doctors. Financially, there were so many things, and emotionally, I was going through a lot. I didn't know if I would recover. There was no standpoint when, what. I had no idea. I remember doctor had told me by 15 days you would feel so and so, and even after 15 days, I couldn't smile. My lips weren't even moving so much. So that was a very demotivating thing for me, because I was just behind the results. And I would do everything on chart, and then I just prepared my mind. When I saw a couple of videos, I didn't find many, but there's few that I found. Even when I researched on those, I came into Instagram, I follow so many people. So I'm trying to understand. I understood I shouldn't be hurrying it up. It will gradually happen. So mean that while I stopped all the diets I was following. See, I'm chubby from childhood. I mean, I might have my photo here. Let me just pick one. Okay, I'm so sorry. It's out of. This is out of content. But yeah, this is how I was born when I was. This is me, like 9 months old baby. This is me. Okay, I'm born chubby, and I'm chubby all my life. But particularly during Bell's palsy, I stopped all the diets I was following, because I knew the body needs all the nutrition, vitamin B12 and every other thing. So I was basically just eating properly, making sure my tablets are taken, making sure my treatment is done, and my exercise. My dad used to be behind me to get exercise done, so I followed all the routine religiously. Very, very important, because I couldn't stand the thought of never being able to smile again, never being able to pout again, and those were something I would never even think about. So I put in all my efforts. Every day was a fear. Will I get my smile back? Will I get my smile back? I was just trying to stay positive, and I'm glad I had wonderful parents who was just there with me and trying to help me out with my whole journey of recovery. And in physiotherapy. So damn painful. I mean, I remember I was just crying, and then the physiotherapy was done. But the doctor was so lovely. He said you should be glad because your skin is responding or your muscles are responding, and that's why you're having this pain. If you're having this pain, you should be glad because you will get over this soon. And then it was very quick. Soon things went on. It became a routine. First 2 days or first 10 days or 10 days was difficult. I was just expecting results, and then I think this applies for life as well. So yeah, results should be parallelly tracked, but you just can't run behind results. It will come someday, but make sure you just put in your efforts. I was putting my efforts to recover, and I stopped thinking about the result, and in no time, in 2-3 months, I was all fine. I just regularly went for my I didn't miss any of the procedures. I was eating healthy. I was making sure I did all the exercises, the facial exercise as well, and then I used to take my tablets on time, get the physiotherapy treatment. There's so many people, when I read the reviews, many didn't get the physiotherapy treatment done, and that is one of the reasons they would have, you would have had a sign that is left when you smile. There's a sign that, okay, you already had a past of it. I made sure I took all the treatments necessary. I double checked with the physiotherapist before stopping the treatment. I said, fine, should I take again quarterly? Everything I inquired on, and it was actually fine. I recovered pretty well. And then immediately, I think after 2-3 months, I started like, okay, come on. So don't think that because I traveled to Italy, it might be one of the instances, right? But just be careful. So once I knew this is what it is, so next time I went to trip, I carried a lot of warm clothes. I made sure, so I dressed according to the weather. I made sure I put cotton in my ears. So every basic things that you want to, keep yourself warm and protected from the climate. That's what I did. So other than the health part of it, there's so many lessons I learned in my life through the entire procedure of Bell's palsy. I think from Bell's palsy, I learned to slow down. Okay, I'm naturally a very impulsive person. Till date I am, but the procedure is a little conscious after my Bell's palsy. A lot of my friends also do say that I'm very, very impulsive. I keep thinking multiple things. I just want to multitask everything, and sometimes I fail at everything. Sometimes I do good at something, good at not something. And I remember I took up this Inktober part. So it was October, and I had my work, and then again the HR. So it kind of became too much on me. Then I decided to slow down. I'm like, nothing is going anywhere. How important your health is, what I realized that day. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you're someone just looking after this, a teenager or anyone for that matter, I would say please accept yourself the way you are. Okay, be it you're dark, you're tall, short, you're fat, doesn't matter. These are just affirmations, and these can't define who you are. Okay, there's difference. Staying healthy and fit is different, and then color shading and body shaping is different. So I would just say try to be confident in your own skin. That is all that matters. Self-acceptance is something that is very positive and that comes within you. No one can push you towards that. And for me, if you ask me, if you already know me, I'm a very positive person. Even in the worst situation of my life, I would still think positive. And just thinking positive, something positive might definitely happen with you. The same has worked out with me for years. And I'm inbuilt positive like this. Maybe that's a heredity from my dad, but I am positive. That's just a way. So I could get through all this because I was trying to stay positive. And this whole time, as I told you, when I have to come to say about life lessons, I learned to calm down. Okay, I was impulsive. I slow down my procedure. It's okay. Tomorrow, I know that staying lazy is different, and then clumsing everything is different. I started to think about one thing at a time. Okay, let me focus on this. How it works, let's see. It doesn't work, it's okay. Always be prepared for the worst of worst in your life. Even if this happens this way, I have a backup. That is a confident level one should carry. So I was sure even if it doesn't happen, this will work out. So that particular time, and it was a very proper, unusual break for me, because as I was an impulsive person, I was not taking proper break for myself. And this entire Bell's palsy, I don't know, fortunately, unfortunately, it turned out to be my time because 24 into 7, at least for first 10 days, I wasn't moving. Get up, go to the doctor, get the treatment, come back home. So once the treatment is done, my face would be very swollen up, very heavy and painful. I would come back asleep. So maybe all I've done is sleep, eat, sleep, and go to treatment, come back. And my manager at work, she's amazing. I mean, thank you so much for understanding me and trying to keep me confident. There was times I used to feel very lonely and sad, and I have called up my manager to talk to her about this, Palsy. And thank you so much, Cindy, if you're watching this. But and everyone added on, so it is a teamwork when you come out of something recovering. And I'm so glad for everyone who stood with me. And this is life, guys. This is life. Unfortunate things happen in life, and we just need to make a way on how to deal with this. And that's what my dad taught me, and that is what I followed up, and that's how. So these are the lessons I learned from Bell's Palsy, and you will know people very close to, and you will know to value people, right? All that matters, material things in life doesn't matter. What matters is the immaterial things, the people you have. When you are in a deathbed, they're just going to be there for you. And I'm glad I had very few but valuable people in my life, meaningful people in my life. And thank you so much for each of them. And this is the first instance that happened in November, because of which I got carried away, and then I slowed down because I just recovered. I took 3 months to recover, and then I got a little held up with work, and I got a little busy with it. So as I told you, I was just trying to stop being impulsive. I was just trying to take it slow. So because of which I couldn't shoot any of the videos this time. I did make videos, but it didn't reach out to me too probably. So this is the first thing that happened in my life, and the second is a great tragedy. So yeah, do watch in the next video. I mean, thank you so much for watching so far. About any inquiry if you have about Bell's Palsy, please do DM me. Follow me on my Instagram page, and you can ask me anything. And if you're someone who's going through this, you just want to talk to me, I'm just there. Just give me a call or just message me up. I will be there to talk to you. I'm sorry if this is not the informative Bell's Palsy you're looking for, but I would say more than information, you need is strength and power to get through it. So I just did my bit of it. There's so many other articles or vlogs. I would add on some links of Bell's Palsy if you're really looking for something like that. And thank you so much for watching. Take care. See you in the next video.